My name's Mike Boyle, and I have a confession to make. It took me until I turned 55 to finally figure out what I wanted to do, and I thought this would be a great example for you to show that it's not an easy process, and it certainly wasn't for me. But let me go ahead and explain what happened. About 5 years ago, I realized I needed to go ahead and make a change in direction. I was working for a large organization, and so I started studying various subjects, which I eventually became proficient in, became certified. And at that point in time, I was trying to change the sector that I was working in. And so I started with putting together a new CV, looking at different companies, performing interviews, and I finally came to the conclusion that actually I didn't want to work for any of them, and I eventually started my own company. But I still didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I finally reached this point last year. You can't pre-program all this, where I realized that I wanted to help people and bring people together. And in fact, this was something I had been doing throughout my entire life, but I never really realized. And so I started performing some sort of re-engineering. And why was it so difficult for me to come to that conclusion? And I realized it started at an early age, although I was very fortunate. My parents never put any pressure on me. But you go to school, they ask you the question, well, so what do you want to do when you grow up? Well, how is anybody supposed to answer that question? You don't have enough information. Then you continue on to secondary school and eventually to university, certainly in my case. And you would think by that point in time, you certainly should know what you want to do. But you keep being pushed in a certain direction, then when you enter the corporate life, then it's over. Because then the question is never what you want to do, but rather what you can do or what is expected of you. And so I had to go ahead and get rid of all of that so I can answer the question that was most important to me. I leave the process for you and hope that brought you some added value. Thanks.